Let me give you a quick background about me.
Yeah.
I'm 29 years old. When I graduated high school, I decided I wasn't going to go to college. I was like, I don't want to go to college. I didn't think it was needed for me as a person, my personality, my work ethic, and all that stuff. I just didn't think it was needed. I got a job on Wall Street at 18 years old. I did
Savage.
that for about a year and a half, and I saved up a good amount of money, and I took a road trip across the states with my girl. We ended up having our daughter a year later. I was 19.
Uh-oh.
That kind of that kind of changed a lot for me. That
Yeah.
made me kind of grow up pretty quickly. I didn't get to live that normal 21-year-old life. It was more
No.
about living a family life and working. So then, I've had good jobs. You know what I mean? That's the good thing. Even though I don't have college, I've had great jobs. I've been operations manager for a few companies now. I've been purchasing managers for a few companies now. I've really built a great resume.
Yeah.
But shoot through my life to now, and I really kind of at this point have realized I think what I want to do in life, to be happy and to try to be successful, is YouTube. I know it sounds crazy, but I think that YouTube and this whole community that I've created is something that I am more passionate about than anything I've ever been passionate about in my life. I also have, a marketing company on the side that I have with my brother,
Oh, sick.
that we do as well, which it pays the bills. It's not
For sure.
making me rich. It's not doing anything like that. But I was laid off from my job about 6 months ago, and from that point, I said, you know what? I'm done working for people. I am done putting my time and effort into a multi-million dollar company for them to kind of just shit on me and say, well, especially living in New Jersey, like you could be fired in New Jersey and they don't have to give you a reason. So
No.
that happened to me my last job. They literally just let a bunch of us go without reason. And it made me realize, like, dude, why am I doing this? Why am I trying so hard for somebody else when I could do it for myself? And
Yeah.
that's when I sat down one day, I bought an Xbox. Dude, this is the true story. And
How'd it go down? Tell me.
I hope that I hope my viewers really understand that I am a normal person. I went to GameStop August 3rd of
Yeah.
last year, and I was like, you know what? I haven't played Xbox in a while. Let me buy one. Let me get one. I was doing well. I bought an Xbox. I plugged it in, and from that day forward, I found Twitch that day,
Uh-oh.
and realized, because listen, I had a YouTube channel back in 2008.
Okay.
Which was also Filthy Gaming. But again, I had my daughter, so things kind of changed
For
and went
sure.
down a different path. But now looking at technology, looking at the new Xbox and streaming, I was like, man, it is so much easier to start a channel nowadays than it was back, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what I did. I started a channel. I said, let's just try. Let's just put myself out there and act myself in front of people instead of going to a corporate job and not cursing and kind of, just being a normal person. But that's not who I really am, man. I appreciated the fact that I could put myself out there and people started to like me. Um, Gosh, I've grown so much since that day to this day, and so much stuff is going on in my life at this point with this whole thing. It's just honestly completely unbelievable to me, man. It's unbelievable to me.
Yeah, your kind of story is actually not that different than mine. I got out of high school and I tried to go to community college. I had a decent job in sales actually, and I
Hmm.
tried to go back to community college, and I failed out 3 times.
Mm.
I had
Mm.
no interest in going to school, but it was kind of like my parents were like, "Go to school, go to
Yep.
school, go to school." So I'm
Yep.
like, "Fine, I'll go."
Exactly.
Even though I was living on my own, that still was like beating
Hmm.
into my head. And so, anyways, I failed out a couple times and worked for a couple years, and I actually did end up going back to school a couple years later because I just hated sales, and I
Yeah.
needed something to do. That was kind of what it was. The school, I had a good opportunity. I had family that lived right next to the school, so I didn't have to pay for rent. Like they were out of the house half the year, and so I would just play Xbox all the time.
Absolutely.
And I saw this dude. Do you ever see Syndicate?
Yeah.
The
Of course.
Syndicate Project?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was like maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I found out about that guy,
Hmm.
and I was watching it one day. I was like, I think I could do this.
Absolutely.
And so I bought a little Elgato. I got it around here somewhere. I bought the old Elgato, hooked it up, and made like 100 shitty videos.
Yeah. Yeah. I
and
mean, that's what
and
it was.
and didn't get anywhere. Like I didn't get that much traction. And then I started to play video games like Peter Griffin. And that was like a big thing. Like I caught it right on the tail end, and I ended up making a bunch of videos for Machinima and for Machinima Respawn.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
and I
awesome.
had like a pretty decently sized channel. Like it was blowing my damn mind.
Yeah.
Right? It was enough to like I couldn't live off of it, but for what it was, it paid for the computer I bought and like some
Sure.
beer and pizza on the side. You know?
Yeah, yeah,
It was
absolutely.
like unreal. And what happened was I ended up like I committed a sin. I started breaking off on what I was doing that was working. Like I had this formula. I was playing video games like Peter Griffin, and I got tired of playing games, and I got tired of talking like a cartoon character. And I started doing other stuff, and that actually, in the long run, killed my channel. So
Wow, that's interesting.
yeah, so kind of one, and actually, I was interested in your channel because you do have a large variety of stuff. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. But I'm actually just to fill you in a little bit about me. So I deleted that channel. I have a couple other channels I've made as like little tests to kind of like see what works on YouTube.
Right.
And I started one channel from scratch, uploaded like 8 videos, and I want to say they have like 200,000 views, 250,000 views
Wow.
on them,
Jesus.
and like a couple thousand subscribers. And it was all like just to kind of see what gets people involved. And the goal of that is actually to start this channel that I'm working on now, which is like collaborating with YouTubers. I think YouTube's the best platform that's
Absolutely.
ever been made. It's just the coolest shit. Anybody can get
Absolutely.
seen. Everyone's got a voice, a fair voice on YouTube. Like, yeah, you got to work. And I was watching your How I Made It on YouTube, and you're like, dude, I'm up till 4 a.m. every single morning, hustling.
Yeah. Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
the whole point of this channel is to talk to people like you and just kind of like see what you're doing to grow and hopefully inspire like that next group of kids who are like, YouTube's unfair. I put stuff up, I don't get any hits. And like, you're probably not getting hits because your stuff's not that good.
Exactly.
And people don't want to look at their stuff and acknowledge it for what it is. And when I first came across your channel, a lot of times one of the first like reactions people want to have is like, oh, that guy's putting on an attitude. Like he's putting something on, like something fake on. And that's what I did for my channel. Like I was talking like a damn cartoon character. And so when I saw yours, I was like, he's really excited. He's got a good attitude. And I'm like, I wonder if that's real. Let me try to talk to this guy. And within the first 5 seconds of you telling your story, I'm like, that's 100% this dude. What's your name, by the way?
Dude, I'm filthy.
Dr. Filthy Word.
That it is what it is. You know, what's really funny is that I started this channel and I never told anybody. I didn't tell friends. I didn't tell family. I just did it to, you know, hoping that I can get to the point where I could tell friends and family and be like, yo, screw you. I've made it, you know? And I love the fact that you said about the YouTube platform is that you could anybody can put a video out there and anybody has equal opportunity to make it. Whether you know, no matter what color you are, how big you are, what, you know, if you have any disabilities, it doesn't matter. You can simply put videos out there and hope people watch it. And I think you also hit it on the head with quality. Quality is a huge thing.
Yeah.
When you have millions and millions and millions of channels being produced every single day, and I'm saying channels, not even videos, channels. That means that you have millions and millions and millions of different people that you could watch. So if you have that many people you could watch, and we'll say 40% of them are using Elgatos and are using, you know, high quality cameras and this and that, and then you have the other 60% of people which are not, which are using, you know, maybe a cell phone. Yeah, exactly. You know, that listen, no one's going to watch it. And I hate to say that to some people, but it's true. It is absolutely true. And it's funny because I do a spotlight series where I basically I don't care who you are. I don't care what games you play. I don't care what type of videos you put out, whether it's commentary or just montages. You can enter this contest, and if you're selected, you're selected. I'm putting your shit out there. The only thing is just like you said, the quality needs to be there. So if I do come across a video that, you know, I can only upload in 360, well, I'm sorry. I'm going to email you and say I need some better quality. But what's different about me, I think, compared to other communities and other people who are trying to do this, is I don't just stop there. I don't just say, hey, your quality's not good, screw you. I say, hey, your quality's not great. Have you tried it this way? Have you tried to do this way. And I think that's why my community has grown so quickly, is because I really am here to help. I know it's crazy to say, but I have talked to like literally every single person that I have come in contact with. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. And especially the people in my community. I just started Team Filthy 2 weeks ago, literally 2 weeks ago. My hashtag Team Filthy is already over 22 ratings for hashtag, which is awesome. I already have 75 signed on members. Gosh, it's insane to see the amount of support that people will really give you if they believe in something. So at the end of the day, my community is a little different because I am really here to help. I am not here to just say to you, yeah, use my hashtag, you'll get exposure, because that is the point of it, right? But at the end of the day, you as a YouTuber, whether you're just starting or even if you've been doing it for a few years and you just want growth, it's important to be in a community that, one, supports you, two, gives you extra ideas for content, three, gives you the opportunity to put your content on a larger platform, being my channel. There's just a lot that I'm offering. I have a website right now that I designed myself and put up. It's featuring all my members as well. Dude, I own an MLG team. I mean, I have gone the route that I could have. I mean, I think of things every single day to make my brand and my channel better. And everything I've done so far has been working. It's been fucking great.
So I gotta know. Tell me, first of all, I want to get to the MLG thing. I got a couple things I wrote down. I gotta get to you. Sure. I know you don't have much time, but
it's fine.
What's going on with this hashtag? How you got that thing at number 22?
So pretty much, I started hashtag Team Filthy, which is a community. Now, listen, I'm gonna bring it up because it's the truth that's out there. There's Team MZ. Have you heard of Team MZ?
No.
It's a huge streamer hashtag, huge streamer community. It's a girl that I actually was in contact with a few months ago. She blew it up. She has a gigantic following, a gigantic community behind hashtag Team MZ. Her popularity rating on her hashtag is 56 already. 56, which is ridiculous.
That's absurd.
I don't even know if she knows that. So if MZ, you're watching, you fucking kill it. But what's cool is that I wanted to create a similar community because she is supporting small streamers, and that's why I do this. But I wanted to offer more, right? Her whole community is about offering a hashtag where there's a supportive group of people that will go to that hashtag, will view some videos, they're going to like, they're going to retweet. It's a nice little community, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But what I love is the fact that today, for an example, I had some members reach out to me who are part of Team MZ. And say to me personally, like, dude, your community is active as can be. They're supportive. They're welcoming. You offer so much more. And that is what I love to hear, because that is what I'm trying to do. So at the end of the day, at first I was thinking Team MZ is a competitor, right? She's a competition. But now, after 2 days of really, really, really thinking about it, she's not competition. If anything, she is friends. I want to, if anything, just help her community more. I want to help the people who are in her community just to get more exposure. So if you're part of Team MZ and you're thinking of joining someone else, not disbanding Team MZ. Don't leave her. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just join on. Let's make us both a team. Double the exposure, double everything, and that's what Team Filthy is, man. That's what we are. It's been awesome, and the hype is real. It's great. I wish that you were part of my chat. You can see, dude, it's nuts. My chat gets over 450 messages a day right now.
Dude, I'm coming to check it out as soon as this is over.
It's so awesome, man. I love it. But yeah, that's Team Filthy. That's absolutely Team Filthy, and we're just growing every day.
That's one thing I learned when I first started out back in the day. I was like really wanted to make sure that the people who were watching my stuff were like not going anywhere else. Like I wasn't sharing and like, oh, this guy's my competitor. I got to figure out how I can do better than him. And like, but there's enough room for everybody to eat at the table.
There is. And especially over the last, I would say 3 years of YouTube. It's so funny. Listen, I'm a big marketing person. I'm a big sales person. Customer service is another thing I'm big about. And there's a new market, and it's called people trying to start a YouTube channel.
Dude, for real.
It's a market. It is a market. Millions a day. I mean, come on. If we could just tap into 5% of the new YouTubers starting, we're making it. We have become successful. We have made it on the platform. That's just 5%. Let's push for 6.
Yeah.
I just think that it is extremely possible. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's actually, it's funny you say that. Just in the last couple weeks, this whole thing came into my head, and I spent. Well, I mean, I've been on YouTube for 8 or 10 years, sometime as a consumer and sometime as a creator. But just in the last couple weeks, I was like, I'm gonna write a book about how to like do YouTube, and I got it. It's published. It's up on Amazon, and it's just exactly for that same thing. It's like I tried to make it a thing like where you go and you help everybody. Somebody sends you something, you're like, dude, 360, how about 720 next time? Or like, why is your face cam so big? It's covering up something. You want to see this? Or, your intro's 7 minutes long.
Just to add to it, I want you to know I'm for the poor gamer. I'm for the poor YouTuber. So when you do hit me up and say, like, dude, that's all I have is 360, I'm going to come back to you and say, okay, here's a website, xboxdvr.com. Save a clip on Xbox, go there. It is in full 720 HD. Download it from it. Dude, it's an amazing hack. Even Twitch, you can stream to Twitch, save the broadcast. That's 720. Pull it over to me. There's so many different ways to do things, and I think one thing that is really missing on this platform is people don't know. People don't know how to do things.
No, they don't.
And one of the biggest problems is once you get through the Google Help, the YouTube Help button, like that's it, man. That's all you have.
The end of
There's
it.
no support. There's no support on their end. There's no asking them. At that point, it's up to you to go out there and find someone who's willing to take the time to teach you, or hopefully maybe you could find a video on YouTube giving you a tutorial. But that's it. Like, I'm having a really big problem right now with my brand account on YouTube. I'm having a gigantic problem right now, and I can't fix it, and I can't figure out how to. So.
And your host, there's no hope. It's never getting fixed.
Exactly. It is never getting fixed. I've literally prayed, and it's just sitting there, man.
You've been eaten by the Google giant, and you're doomed.
Absolutely.
So I was checking out that How I Made It on YouTube video again, and first of all, before we get to Twitter, because everybody knows about Twitter, but you kind of said something that was interesting, and like you actually used YouTube to get your stuff going. Like you're like you use Twitter to get your YouTube going, and that's something that I've actually always struggled with. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing on Twitter except for trying to reach out to people and be like, hey, you want to hang out for 30 minutes? Like,
right. You know what it is? I think that when I started on Twitter, a big question in the back of my head was, okay, I'm successful at bringing in followers on Twitter. It was pretty easy for me. In 4 months, I'm about to break 15K on Twitter.
all legit?
All legit. All home people, mostly gamers, YouTubers, vloggers, bloggers, developers. Really, that's my following on Twitter. So my question in the back of my head was, okay, I can do this on Twitter very easily. It looks like I can bring on fans. My activity on Twitter has grown dramatically. I'm averaging over 350 impressions a month already. Basically, the question is how do I take those followers and move them to YouTube? And not just move them with a subscription button. Because listen, at the end of the day, a sub for sub type of community does not work. It doesn't matter. No. It's fucking stupid. I hate it. It's funny, if you come into my community, it's the first thing I say to you. Don't spam my chats with video views and subs, or you'll be banned. Don't ask for a view. Don't ask for a subscriber. Don't ask for anything, because that's not what my community is about. At the end of the day, if you want to build a good viewership for your brand, for your channel, you need to find the people who are going to like you. Yeah. So again, we're back to the question, how do we move those people from Twitter to YouTube? So then I started saying, okay, let's interact with them. Let's figure out, let's ask them a simple question on Twitter, see if I start to get people back on that question, right? So my question to people with my auto DM on Twitter was, do you have a YouTube or Twitch channel? Now, it's funny because it's a simple answer. No matter what, that person has to tell you yes or no, kind of, right? It's a yes or no question. If you're a person on Twitter and you're going into your DMs and you're seeing a DM from someone that's 2 paragraphs long, most of the time you're going to say, okay, peace. But yeah, exactly. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to click on your links, because at the end of the day, if I don't have enough time, I don't care. But if they get to my question where it's asking you a simple yes or no, well, guess what? You have 2 seconds to type in yes or 2 seconds to type in no. So what I realized is after I started creating this question to people, my percentage of responses went from 15% or 10% in the beginning with my long little spiel to 80%, 85% answer with this simple question. So now what this question did was it started the interaction. So if someone answers your big long paragraph, and hopefully they've read it and they started a conversation with you, well, now you kind of have to go with the conversation. You have to figure out where you're going to go with this conversation. For me, it's really easy. Because you're getting a yes or no answer, you have two answers to that. You have a yes answer to it and you have a no answer to it. So that's what I started to do. I started to copy and paste an answer to the yes. If it was a yes, I'd say, cool, that's awesome. Let's collaborate. This is what I do to get people involved. If you're interested, let me know. And then because I already started the conversation, because these people already thought I was a real person, them asking a simple question, dude, the response to that little paragraph was so much greater
That's insane.
than if I was to do a regular paragraph at the top. So now, not one time in my entire time doing this have I ever asked for a subscriber. Not one time have I ever asked for someone to follow me, to retweet, like any of my stuff. I've never done it. What I have only done is offer something to people. And that's just the hope to be on my channel. And that is pretty much it. That is how I have moved people, because people just started to say, wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Let me go check out his stuff. And then, the subscription started happening. Boom, boom, boom. In 4 months, we're up to 2,200 plus, and we're moving quicker than ever. So that's, but that's it, man. And just like you said in the beginning of the video, it's a grind. 4 a.m.
So much
nights.
so.
Dude, I answer hundreds and hundreds of messages a day. I'm lucky with my situation. That's another thing I hope my viewers, your viewers, anyone out there trying to start a YouTube channel understands.
Yeah.
Listen, I own my own business, okay, people? I have all day to work. I go and waiter at this restaurant maybe 2-3 times a week to grab extra cash on the side. But that's at night. It's from 6 to 9. You know what I mean? I have all day to do this, people. I have all night. So kids are at school, people are working. It's hard to do it, and I completely understand. But it is a lot of work. You have to work at it. If you're not going to put some weird, random, viral video of you falling off of a roof to get 5 million views, then you're going to have to work at it, and that's all it comes down to.
Dude, that's so true. I had a ton of subscribers at one point, and it had the opposite effect on me. I wasn't really ready for the amount of people that were going to be just at me all the time.
Yep.
I had before I got this partnership with that Machinima channel and was making videos for them, they were sending over, I would post a video to their channel and they'd send between 4,000 and 6,000 subscribers overnight.
Wow.
All of a sudden, just boom. What just happened?
That's nuts.
It was so crazy. The first time I did that, the first time was the most, and it was 9,000 people overnight. And my inbox was full. My Xbox friend list was just a million friend requests, and it was overwhelming, and I couldn't keep up with it. I didn't know what to do. And so actually, because I wasn't ready for that, I alienated a lot of those people that came. Mm-hmm. I didn't know about a Twitter direct message auto thing. Right. I didn't know that you could set up a thing now, if this then that. If somebody leaves a comment on your YouTube channel, you can automatically write back or automatically tweet back or something. I didn't have any of that set up, and so I kind of got hosed on that in the long run. And then I actually got a lot of hate because people were like, "Why aren't you reaching out? All you care about is the money." And I was like, "Whoa!" Completely unexpected stuff. And in the long run, it just probably killed my channel. And then I started diverting stuff, and I think you got the right idea, just being on the grind constantly. And you are in a unique situation where the average dude who's working at McDonald's and just trying to get out of the rat race with a YouTube channel, if their boss sees them on their phone, they're gonna be like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think
that's the big thing. I think that the biggest struggle people have when coming to a YouTube channel and creating it is that it's almost like you need 5 different degrees. It's almost like you need a lot of understanding and knowledge behind this platform. Here's a good example. I did a Dirty Talk episode with this channel called Nerdalopedia the other day, and they blew my mind when I found out what type of channel they were. Now they're a regular Let's Play channel, but they have like 8 people behind their team. They have an editor. They have two editors. They have a sound person. They have an IT guy. They have a social media manager. I'm sitting here like, dude, I'm doing all this shit by myself. What am I doing? What am I doing? It was crazy. It was wild. And I think that people really need to understand that if you're really trying to grow this type of channel, gaming, especially, that it is extremely important to collaborate with people and to really kind of, take all that knowledge that they have and learn it, because it's just, you need to know so much before you even start doing this. And if you don't have any knowledge on video editing or any of that stuff, it's hard. It's hard. Like, for me personally, I am completely self-taught. Everything I know, period, is completely self-taught. So, it's been great. I don't think things will really change when it comes to me as a person. Whether I'm successful or not, I'm still going to be the same person from New Jersey I am. Dude, I'm a crazy person. I was nuts back in the day. Like, if we can go back to high school, you'd be like, damn, this kid was fucking crazy. Like, I was, but I had my daughter. It toned me down a lot. And now we're here. So, yeah. But, I mean, let's get into MLG, because I got some big news I want to talk about.
Dude, we only got a couple minutes. Let's talk about MLG.
Let's do it. So, it's so funny. Of course, PewDiePie, being one of the biggest YouTubers out there.
Oh, yeah.
I've read up on him a lot. Do I like him as a YouTuber? Absolutely not. I'm not going to lie. I don't like him. But a lot of knowledge came from reading about PewDiePie, and one of them was that he started to purchase MLG teams. He started to sponsor some teams back in the day, and that's kind of what got his name out there starting to go. And I decided, you know what? Let me look. Let me see what I could do. Let me see if there's anything out there that I could make. Like, listen, I don't have tons of money. I'm not a rich person. I don't have money to just throw at this thing. But at the same sense, I'm like, you know what? I have a brand now. I have exposure I can offer. I have things I can offer. So I started to look. And again, back to my Spotlight video, I found this kid through my Spotlight series. Ridiculous. Wow. This kid has... the kid that I found has over 50 nukes on Call of Duty. He's a ridiculous PS4 player. Turns out he had a team. So I'm like, wow, that's awesome. He's like, listen, we want to compete in Atlanta. And I was like, all right, well, listen, I'm not going to lie to them. And I was straight up with them. I said, I don't have money to really sponsor you guys. And they said bye to me. They said, okay, we're going to, if things change and you can help us more and you can offer more, then we'll be back. And I said, that's fine. I completely understand. Good luck. I hope you wish you guys the best. And they went a different route, and they started talking to this company, and this company ended up scamming them for $150. And they turned around, and they said, you know what? Filthy is one of the most real people we've ever met. He cares about us and our brand, and he doesn't even know us. They turned around and said, we want Filthy Gaming as our brand of choice. We want to have jerseys with Filthy Gaming. We want to represent your brand. And I was blown away. I was just like, wow, thank you so much for the opportunity. And say they go to this competition and they win the $80,000 that the purse is for. Good for them. I don't want a penny of it. I'm more happy that the exposure for my channel is out there. And that's how my MLG team started. And that is what started Team Filthy. Because once that happened, I realized there's a lot of kids out there that want to play professionally, and they don't know how to get there, and they don't have the opportunity, and they don't have the same, knowledge that most of my people do. So from there, I started building a community, and I started building my leaders and the people I trust on the internet, and now they're working with me, and we've grown to about 80 members already, like I said, and it's going so fast. But with all that being done, I want everyone to understand one thing. When you're doing anything, whether it be YouTube, a regular business, any type of brand, maybe a clothing store, anything,
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Think outside the box, people. Think of other ways to get your name out there. So let me just tell you what I did, and it's amazing. I went to the Freehold Mall, which is a large mall in New Jersey. It's probably the most popular mall in the central part of New Jersey, and they have a Microsoft store. So I walked into the Microsoft store, and I started talking to their employees, and I started talking to their community manager, and I said, listen, I have a brand that's growing pretty quickly. I would like to do something in this store if possible, maybe just to get more exposure. And what transponded from that question to them is unbelievable. I am able now, and I will be having an event in June, which is a 24-hour live stream with Microsoft. It's from 10 a.m. on a Saturday to 10 a.m. on a Sunday. I have private mall security for the night.
What?
Microsoft is giving me $500 in giveaways. I am having special guests there. Hopefully, the news people will be there.
Oh, hell yeah, they're coming. Tip them off.
I am. But the point of this story, everyone, is I would have never been able to do any of that if I didn't go and ask. And one of the things that I've realized online with YouTubers is that when you see a YouTuber like you, for instance, you know, right now we're talking and you seem very outgoing and you seem like you're a really down to earth person. You're cool.
Thank you.
But I don't know you outside of this little screen right here.
For sure.
So maybe I'm your friend in real life, and behind this screen, you're not outgoing. You're not the type to walk up to any person and say hi. And there's a lot of that on YouTube, and I don't think people realize that is that this little camera that people are talking to really changes who you are, and I think it makes you the real you, which needs to be brought out more in people. But I want everyone to realize that you need to open your mouth. You need to just try, and I just tried. I didn't care what the answer was, whether it was yes or no, but it turned into something even bigger.
That's so sick, dude.
Listen, it's wild at the simple fact that Microsoft themselves are going to be handing out Filthy Gaming flyers for a month before my event. So that's
so dope.
Crazy. So my leaders, I have a leader in New York City. I have a leader from Pittsburgh. They're both driving down to be a part of this event. I'm gonna have a tournament. You can it's a cash tournament. Microsoft is not taking any money from sales or whatever I do, which is crazy. I'm also including, which is crazy new news as of today, the whole event is going to be a charity event in line with Call of Duty's new charity for veterans getting back to work.
Oh,
so
that's beautiful.
Unbelievable. Lot of work, up ahead of us for the next 2 months to get this all set up. They're giving us like 20 Xboxes to use, live cams, and wild, dude. It's crazy, but it's so cool, man. I'm so excited,
dude. I know you got to roll here in a second, but we need to schedule another one for after that because I need to know how that went.
It's in June, but dude, anytime. Listen, I enjoyed this, and I enjoy you as a person. So,
thank you.
Anytime you want to do this, you can, man. Just let me know. And say you want to do this with a couple people behind me in my group as well. Let me know, man. I'll set it up. We'll try to get more people involved as well. Yeah,
I'm trying to my whole goal with this is build that community, and I want to talk to people like you because I pulled up your Social Blade, and you're on the up and up for sure. For sure. And this thing says in in 9 months you're gonna have 6,000 subscribers. No, dude.
No,
you're gonna have way more than that.
I know. Social Blade. That's another thing, man. People, please go. Social Blade and these websites that help you understand. Your analytics and if you're doing well, they are right for the most part. But I want everyone to understand that, especially with Twitter and YouTube. Those numbers are not always correct. So I don't want you guys to look at those numbers and say, just like he said,
like money.
Don't look 10 years from now and be like, oh my God, I'm only going to be at 50,000 subscribers. No, that's not how it
doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. It goes on the up and up.
Yeah, and I want to talk to you. I love that I just found your channel with 2,000 subscribers, or 2,200 subscribers. Mm-hmm. I want to talk to you again when you've got 10,000 and 100,000 and be like, Dr. Filthy did it. You can.
And I hope that everyone really gets that out of these interviews I do. You're not the first. I've done many of these interviews recently, which is great. But yours is very good quality. Let me just throw that out there real quick.
Thank you.
And my big thing is I just want everyone to understand that again, no matter what color you are, no matter how big you are, no matter what country you're from, you can make it on YouTube, and it's definitely 100% possible. Come on, guys. If you haven't seen Lance Stewart, or if you haven't seen any of these ridiculous people out there, they've made it. They're successful. They're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a day, and they are ridiculous people. So I think that if you could see that happening, you guys can make it too. So I hope they will.
Awesome, man. Well, let's catch up again. I want to know how that event goes. That's the sickest thing I've ever heard in my life. And I wish you the best, bro.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us on. Everyone, go follow me, please. My links are really easy. If you type in Filthy Gaming anywhere, you will find me. I am big with SEO. I am big with all that stuff. So Filthy Gaming, it is everywhere. I am everywhere pretty much. I try to be. I get a new computer soon, everyone. So my live streaming and streaming is going to be up and up. I just discovered Restream.io. I don't know if you have seen that yet. It's an amazing website. I'm not getting paid. It's not sponsored. I just want everyone
just
to
type in my name. I get 50% royalties.
that is it, man. But no, listen, Restream.io, real quick. I just want to get this in there for for everyone. It's an amazing service. Pretty much right now, if you go to live stream, you can live stream on YouTube, you can live stream on Twitch, you can live stream on Beam.pro. Most of us can only live stream on one of those at one time, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Now imagine you stream on 5 places at one time and have all the chats in one spot. That's amazing, and that helps you grow even quicker because, listen, there's people who like Twitch, there's people who like YouTube. One doesn't like the other. So if you could be on both places at one time, well, guess what? You're taking more and more and more. Everyone write it down, Restream.io. Best thing out there right now, definitely.
Right on, dude. I'm going to check that out. I don't even know that existed.
Amazing. That's why I wanted to tell you.
All right, man. Well, have a good night. Go Thanks, take care of your baby if that's what you got to do.
Man, I wish I saw her more, man. But that's another day. We'll talk about it, man.
There's more to uncover here. I can tell. I got to like 3 things.
There's a lot. My life has been wild, man. I'm only 29, but I've lived a crazy life. So we'll get into it.
Keep killing it, man. I'll talk to you later, all right?
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Later on.